You asked me about stress. Well, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan teaches us that stress is the result of unfulfilled obligations. That the Almighty, the Creator, Allah God, has divinely created all of us with a divine obligation. That we are created in debt. That in this level of existence, to maintain our life, evolving, controlling that evolution, being a part of that evolution, meaning that I want to be better and not worse, right? In the process of that, there is an obligation attached through the whole process of just living. There's an obligation to go to sleep. There's an obligation to get up. There's an obligation to use the restroom. If you don't use it, you'll get sick. And then there's an obligation of being able to control when you go. There's an obligation for reproduction. There's an obligation for socializing. There's an obligation for producing, creating, work, right? But in our fulfilling of an obligation, there is also science involved, meaning that we can't just do it in any kind of way. So therefore, if a duty was given to you, then whoever gave you the duty 9 times out of 10, then they have a way that they need it done. Now, yeah, some scenarios you have an individual that may say, hey, I just want you to get it done. They'll tell you what they want done. I want you to get it done. The point I want to make is that how stress is connected to obligation and the fulfillment of obligation is connected to that in the way that when we do not fulfill an obligation, regardless of whatever that obligation is, stress follows. Even if we told someone we was going to do something and don't do it, we had no intent to do it. It was just a lie to get them to do whatever, right? So one would think like, well, I never had the intent of doing it, so why am I binded to that obligation? Well, because the stress that follows you not fulfilling that which you never had an intent to fulfill, but you gave a person the reason to expect. The stress that follows is the stress of them constantly harassing you about it, constantly chasing you down for that which you have obligated yourself to, that you made the obligation of, right? Regardless of how minute it may seem, but the thing is that a lot of times, just like in relationships, right? A lot of the times that when we give one a reason to expect something and do not fulfill that expectation, we then develop or create unnecessary stress in our life. It's unnecessary because what could have avoided that, or how that could have been avoided, is by simply being truthful, by simply being aware of what an individual is expecting, and then say, well, I can't fulfill that expectation, or asking, what is it that you expect? I can't fulfill that expectation, and back out of it. But in any dynamic or in any example, stress is the result of unfulfilled obligations. One of the reasons why working at a job, and I just want to touch on this one little piece. Working at a job that isn't in alignment with your own personal divine reason for being created. And I said it like that because saying your life purpose sometimes is too vague. I'm saying there's a specific reason that you was brought into creation. And one of our obligations is to connect ourselves with that purpose so that we can fulfill that obligation. And when we are working at a job that isn't connected to our specific purpose, you're stressed, and that causes all types of mental and physical, biological issues, which I believe also affects us spiritually, which hinders our ability to see things in the way that we need to, which makes it difficult for us to handle our interactions and deal with things in the best way. Am I saying you should not work? No, but I will say this. I don't think that in the way that work or jobs has been designed in our society, I don't think that was the intent of God's way for us to exist and maintain our lives in the universe. I believe that Allah created everything in oneness, so therefore our working should be very similar to how the ants work, which is everybody has an obligation and duty. And when everybody fulfills their individual obligation and duty, it works for the betterment or it works collectively for the whole group. To make it simple, I believe that in jobs, that everybody that works in a company should be individual company owners that works as a partner to the company, fulfilling like a contract. Not as subordinates, not as quote unquote employees. Why? Because I just think that the human mind, most do not know how to handle that dynamic. 1, 2, for the employee again, it isn't your divine role. It isn't a part of your divine purpose. Not in that dynamic. Not in that way. That structure feeds an ego. Yeah, it has a purpose, but it feeds an ego. And see, when a structure isn't designed to uplift every component of that structure, then there's imbalance, there's injustice, there's stress. And the minister Louis Farrakhan taught us also that whenever an individual feels, and I emphasize feels, that they have been subjected to injustice, meaning that what I am receiving, I didn't deserve. And of course, I'm saying on the lesser side, not the giving you more, but the giving of less, right? That it causes a chemical imbalance in the brain, which causes one to react emotionally, and under most times, excessively. Which the best example I can give right now off the head is kind of similar to the suicide bombers. We don't know their whole situation, their life, their culture, their upbringing. You know, it's quick. We quick. It's easy for us to judge from the outside looking in, according to what the news say and all this, that, and other. But we don't know their reality. I just say that. So again, stress is related to unfulfilled obligations. any obligation that you can think of that you make, paying bills to each other, being truthful, being equal, reciprocating, stress will follow.